Go. What's up, guys? It's Taj from She's Bipolar and Wild. So, I don't know if a lot of you have been following my journey, my mental health journey. I don't even know if a lot of you even really know about a lot of the things that I have encountered when it's come to me being bipolar, which is what I'll get into. I don't know if a lot of you even knew I was bipolar going to high school with me, going to middle school with me, elementary school with me. A lot of you known me as to be spontaneous and to be fun and oh yeah, she gonna fight and she gonna do this and she gonna do that and all of these different things. But a lot of people don't know that I suffer from the things that I suffer through, or the things that I go through behind closed doors, or the things that I have really truly have been battling with. Basically, I can say my whole life, but I just didn't recognize that it was even like a mental illness. I thought that I just had like anger issues, and even although I knew that it ran in my family, I didn't think that I had specifically any mental health issues. And so a lot of times I would just write things off as, my sister would be like, something isn't right, something isn't right. She just gets too erratic. She just gets too crazy. She just does too much. And everybody's like, no, they just tried to write it off. No, she just has anger issues. She just has anger issues. But the way that I did things were extreme. It was never just like a simple thing, like a simple fight, a simple argument. I have to do like the most drastic things, and I didn't even know how I could even get to the point where I was like that formal or that erratic in that position or in that situation. So I just thought like, shoot, I'm a rebel and I'm just gonna do me. And so then I started approaching like 18, 19. I started having like seizures. Out of nowhere, I just started having seizures. And everybody's like, Taj, are you doing drugs? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? I just started having seizures. And they're like, what are these seizures coming from? Like, what's going on with you? Like, I didn't know I was having anxiety. I didn't know I was having depression. I didn't even know that could play a formal part in you having a seizure. I didn't know nothing about anything that had to do with mental health like that. I didn't care. Like, come on now, I'm in like my early 20s. I'm trying to hit the next function with my sister, and I'm trying to do my best to just live my best life. I want to go to all the college party. I want to hang with everybody. I want to do my thing. I want to drink. I want to smoke some weed. Excuse me, but it's the truth. I want to have fun. So nobody wants to have seizures. And the craziest thing is that when I had that seizure, I was on my way to I think I was on my way, I was walking out the door on my way to a UCLA game, and I just happened to just put my seatbelt on, and boom, when I woke up, I was in the ambulance truck, and they told me that I had just suffered from 4 seizures. And I didn't come back for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I didn't even know who my mom was. And then they continued on for every few months, and I kind of got it under control after I decided to start taking medicine for it and actually staying compliant to it. But then I'm like, I'm still like, then, okay, so that was the process of me starting to recognize that I had something deeper than, okay, just these seizures. So then I'm like, okay, I started having like situations where I would be around people and I would drink. And I would be so erratic that I just caused nothing but destruction. Not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, all the time. And I didn't care who's around, don't care who's around. Like, I just did it. And I decided that something wasn't right. And my mom was like, okay, well, do you want to go see what's going on? So I went to the doctors for the first time to actually see what was wrong with me, and I was diagnosed with deep depression. And I'm like, that can't be it, because I have so much anxiety, but I didn't know it was anxiety. I just knew my chest used to close up. I used to be like I used to be like just always on edge. I was just always in defense mode, and I was just always ready for whatever. Crazy, and it all played a part in the anxiety. So, I had to go to numerous doctors. I had to go to numerous appointments. I had to even go inside of a few homes just so they can like evaluate me. And so a lot of my peers, a lot of the people that I have known don't really even know half of what I've been going through in the past 8 years of my life. All you guys have seen is me portray the best me I can be, because that's truly me in my heart. But the internal parts that I'm dealing with, the mental health parts, are real. And I think that when people see the real side of me or the real things that I'm going through, it scares them. But imagine how I felt coming into my 20s and not knowing what the hell is going on in my brain. Imagine feeling like, I always give an example of what bipolar feels like to me is a hamster running on one of those wheels and constantly going, meaning my mind never stops. And that's because I have manic bipolar. I have bipolar 1, so I go into manic episodes mainly, and then I drop down into depression. So I'll be going and I'll be happy for like a month. Then something will trigger and I'll be depressed for like a month. And it's just out of your reach. It's out of your control. Didn't understand. Didn't know why. So I rebelled. I rebelled for years. I got DUIs. I fought friends. I continued to do things and family members, burn bridges with people because I didn't understand what I was going through. And even recent events in my life where I'm still trying to figure out why the hell why me? You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I created She's Bipolar and Wild was not to make it seem as if I'm not okay. I created it for myself at first. I'm going to be honest. I created the podcast at first to basically kind of vent and just get everything that I was going through off my mind. Then I was like, there's really like our community, our generation is so afraid of mental health. And then the internet has made it so much more worse to be more comfortable with yourself, to work you up, to draw you in, to give you these expectations of yourself, to make you feel like you can't even have an emotion, that we don't even recognize that we're going through the mental issues. We think that we're just compliant with life, and this is just what it is. We're just supposed to be unhappy. So I created She's Bipolar and Wild to bring a realness to the stigma behind believing that mental illness is not always going to be good. It's not always going to be bad. But mental illness takes a lot of understanding. Mental illness takes a lot of patience. Mental illness takes a lot of being humble, education. It takes time. So if you expect me or anybody else around you to just be okay because they say they're okay, they're probably not. So I created She's Bipolar and Wild for the authentic people, as far as even being me, because I'm learning to be brave enough to stand up for what I believe should be not frowned upon. It should be recognized as something great. I'm trying to build this outreach program to be able to reach out to my peers so that we can get out here and dominate the young youth so they can even start attacking it a lot younger. I have some of my little younger family members that suffer from depression and anxiety in elementary school. And imagine if I don't want to say that we need to bombard them, but we need to make it okay for people to understand what they're really emotionally going through and not frown upon them for the things that they have been through or are going through. So She's Bipolar and Wild is here to create a safe space for that. But it's here to create a real space. Like, this is reality. Tomorrow I'll probably mess up again, but then I'm going to get back up and keep on going. The whole point is being resilient. It's not to be compliant to what everybody expects you to be or who they expect you to be. It's never going to work out for you if you try to comply yourself to what everybody expects. All that does is make you feel like you're caged in, and you don't want to feel that way. You want to be yourself. And if people can't receive that and receive you and receive the things that you're trying to do to change, to grow, then so be it. But this is why I created She's Bipolar and Wild. And a wise man once said to me, well, he didn't say it to me, Grant Cardone, I listen to him if you don't. He's a businessman, real estate billionaire or millionaire. And he said, you know, never wait for the right moment to start and do anything, because it's never going to feel right. Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter if you don't feel good about it, you don't know how to do it, just do it, just try. So what I'm doing right now, I don't have the setup that I want right now. I don't have the things that I want right now, the t-shirts, the logos, but I do have my story. So I want you guys to start tuning in. I want you to share your story. I want you to be able to recognize that the stigma between mental health is a battle that we can beat. This is something that we can do. It's absolutely not something that defeats you. You know, God doesn't give us anything that we cannot handle, or whomever you know, pro-choice. But I'm just saying we can handle it. All I'm saying is we can keep going. So this is what She's Bipolar and Wild is about. This is what I plan on doing. I plan on bringing awareness. I plan on bringing comfort. I plan on bringing reality, realness, understanding, education. That's what She's Bipolar and the Wild is about. So I just wanted to put this is my song. I've been working hard and not. Sorry, I will be singing a lot on here because I like to sing. But anyways, I will be putting like coping mechanisms. And if you have been tuning into my podcast already, I do have like stories of things that I've been through. I've recorded while I have been in episodes, when I've been in my depression, anxiety, tips on different things I did to get out of those situations, how far I've came, how far back I went, because you're going to have so many times that you're going to stumble. I mean, I'm stumbling every other week, and I'm like, sheesh, I thought that the medicine was going to do okay, or I thought that counseling, or I thought that praying, and I thought that yoga, and I thought that spirituality, and I thought that this was just going to make me perfect. Like, no, I'm going to be battling this. This is something I got to deal with for the rest of my life. And, you know, it's going to be people that give up on you on your journey, but you don't give up on yourself, and that's all that matters. All you can do is pick yourself back up and continue to push forward to the things that you know you want to do for yourself in your life. And that's what She's Bipolar and Wild is about. I want to read to you what She's Bipolar and Wild stands for. It means, because a lot of people think it's something more different than what it really actually is. So it's She's bipolar and worthy, invigorating, lively, and deserving. Meaning, that's the meaning of wild. I don't mean wild as in going up, turning up. I mean that we are worthy of everything in life. I mean that we are invigorating. I mean that we are lively. And I mean that we deserve everything. And I mean absolutely everything that comes to us in life. So let's go ahead and change this mental health stigma and show people we can beat it no matter how many times we fall. I just wanted to give you guys like a little insight of what She's Bipolar and Wild is going to be about and how it's going to be. I will have guests. It's going to be popping. But, you know, like I said, it's all a process. But I wanted to do an introduction video to what it was and the truest form of who I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a good day.